Executive order escalate further, and for more on that, I'm joined by Wardah Khalid. She is a U.S. Middle East foreign policy analyst. Spoke to you just last week. You just come back from a rally at the White House. You were saying, I wanted to get it just right. You said that his policies are a nightmare coming to fruition. But at that point, the contours of this just kind of out there. We didn't really know. Witnessing what you saw this weekend, your thoughts?
It's very overwhelming what happened this weekend, overwhelming in a good way and a bad way. On one hand, you have Muslims being detained from those 7 countries, green card holders. I'm hearing of people even being detained from other majority Muslim countries, and it has been very concerning. And on the other hand, you've seen hundreds and thousands of people going out and protesting at airports, welcoming refugees, and showing that they do not stand for the Muslim ban, that this is not an American value. America was built by immigrants. America is supposed to be a haven for refugees fleeing from persecution, from religious oppression. The Pilgrims came here escaping for religious freedom. This is what our country was founded on, and it's really heartening to see the American people remember that.
This is Senate Minority Leader Charles Schumer saying he wants this repeal, going to bring this up on the floor of the Senate. What do you see as next steps? Because already this is headed, it seems to me, to the courts where it will obviously be adjudicated perhaps as high as the Supreme Court.
I think it's definitely going to enter the legal process. Already I think it was Saturday evening, there was a temporary stay granted for 2 Iraqis entering the country who were temporarily detained. And so that was overturned. And yes, Senator Schumer actually met with refugees yesterday in support of them. And he said he would do more to stand up for them. He, along with Representative Beyer, along with Representative Carson, I've heard, are going to try to come up with some sort of legislation to overturn this. So we're going to have to definitely keep an eye on that. I'm hoping, it'll be resolved within the political process.
Some of the president's supporters say this is overblown. It's not really that big a deal. It's for the greater good. This is just a reset button. What do you say to them?
This is absolutely a huge deal, and it's a national security risk. It does not make us any safer. It puts us in even more danger. If you read the actual text of the executive order, it mentions that the basis of this is 9/11, and that we need to protect our country from terrorists who committed 9/11. Most of the terrorists who committed 9/11 were from Saudi Arabia, yet Saudi Arabia is not on this ban. Here we are effectively banning people who are fleeing persecution, refugees. All weekend, I've been dealing with stories of refugees, of people who've been waiting for loved ones for years, who are supposed to travel and may not be able to travel, and it's absolutely devastating. This is not who we are as a nation, and this is not who we need to be in the future. We absolutely need to welcome these people, and we need to go back to what our country stands for. Our Constitution grants freedom of religion, and we need to abide by that.
Action reaction. When he took his steps on Mexico, the border, we saw the reaction from the government of Mexico, Enrique Peña Nieto canceling his trip to the U.S. What do you see as action reaction here?
I think there's going to be perhaps diplomatic warfare. We've already seen Iran and Iraq stop U.S. citizens from being able to travel to their countries. I've heard rumors of the Organization of Islamic Cooperation, which involves many Muslim countries, considering to do the same. If all of those people begin banning U.S. citizens, this is going to have huge implications for corporations that do international business, for people who want to travel to see their families, and it could create a lot of tensions in the world, and hopefully that won't escalate, but it could lead to even physical tensions. So, there are a lot of implications of this executive order beyond just banning people from 7 countries.
Our thanks to you for coming in. Certainly appreciate it.